The next category is flow. Do you know what the flow is? Well, you'd be sitting on the flow right now. So the flow is the qualitative aspects of movement. If you're a musician, the flow is everything you write above the staff. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Fortissimo, legato, staccato. It describes the quality of the movement. Right? Yeah, all of those things. Right? They describe the qualitative aspects. They're not the details. They're not what you're doing, but they're how you're doing it. They're the coloring of the movement. Or another way to think about it is, if the movement was a movie or a play, and you had to write the musical accompaniment to it, that would be the flow. Like I saw Tommy, the movie Tommy by The Who. I think I was 11 years old, and that next week, long before I discovered drugs, that next week, everything in my life had music to it. Brushing my teeth had accompaniment, and walking to school, because that was an opera. That was my first real opera. Everything had music to it. So that's when we're talking about flow. That's what we're talking about. The smoothness of the movement is one thing, but there's more to it than that. How many minutes does that mean? Okay. So can you think of lessons that have to do with the flow? Like, she's ready, Pam's ready.
Bell hand.
Huh?
Bell hand.
Bell hand, yes. That was the example I used yesterday. Bell hand. Right? Where the quality is front and center. Can you think of a few other examples of lessons where flow is tantamount, where it's really important, paramount, where it's important? Yeah. The smoothness of the movement is important there. I don't think the eye lessons are about flow. So I will answer in a few minutes what I think they're about. So let's come back to that, because that's kind of hard to place often in this model. But flow is important, because you don't want to choop, right? But in that way, flow is important in every lesson. Because what does flow do? Flow shifts you from end gaining, that's Alexander's language, being goal-oriented, to paying attention to the means whereby, to not paying attention to the destination of the journey. So if you want to change somebody's way of being in a lesson, you have to change their flow. If someone doesn't get something out of it, you have to address their flow.
How about breathing then?
That has something to do with it, but breathing's its own category. You know that.
How about lapping?
Lapping. That's interesting. Yeah, I would say as a major element. Here's an example of a lesson that I think flow really has something to do with it. Here, you have to keep the movement going while you're doing the movement, right? So that would be an example where flow is just really important.